Hey, what's going on, guys? David Book here with you. Today, I want to talk about the difference between those who have a broke mentality and those who have a wealthy mentality. What is the difference? I believe that the difference is vision. It's having a vision, it's having a bigger purpose for your life, having a bigger reason to do what you do. All right. Before I get into talking about that, meats and bones, nuts and bolts, I want to tell you a little bit about an experience that I had in October 2015 at a conference, an entrepreneur conference, where I go to hang out with thousands of my other entrepreneur buddies every 90 days. We hang out, we network, we learn about marketing, we learn about internet technology, we learn about personal development, and just get to hang out and have really cool connections with people from all over the world. And so I want to tell you a little bit about a speech that I heard at one of the days of that conference. And the speech was given by a guy named David Wood, and his speech was talking about vision. Okay, the difference between someone who has a broke mentality and someone who has a prosperous or a wealthy uh, mentality, right? So David got up on stage. I remember this like it was yesterday. I was sitting right up front. He comes out from behind the curtains. I could see the blue spotlight kind of sparkling off the curtain. It was waving as he opened it up and walked through, and the goofy smile on his face as he was kind of prancing out onto the stage just really gave me a good laugh, and it reminded me that it's okay to be lighthearted. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to have good energy um, all the time. You know, it's okay to be a little bit goofy, right? I mean, look at this mug. I'm a little goofy sometimes, right? So anyway, he gets out on the stage, and the lights are shining on him, and he's talking, and he's inspiring me with his words, and I can just see, the sweat beating up on his forehead. I could see the light reflecting off of it, and I could hear the passion in his voice as he talked about his vision for himself, for his company, for the people around him, his friends, his family. And that vision moved me. The vision that he has, the vision that he talked about on stage that night, is to create 100 millionaires every single year. David Wood is the founder of the Empower Network, which is a company that I'm affiliated with, a company that I spent quite a few years actually being involved with, getting to know the people inside, being a part of the community. And in this speech, in David Wood's speech to the Empower Network community at this conference, he spoke the future into existence. He spoke his vision to the people, right? And he talked about how everybody has dreams, right? I know that you have dreams, I have dreams. We have things that we want to do with our lives. But there comes a point when you have to make a decision. We have to make a decision in our lives whether we want to pursue our dreams or whether we want to do what society says we're supposed to do, right? Ever since we've grown up, we've been taught go to high school, graduate, go to college, get a degree, come out, get a safe and secure job with salary and benefits, and ride off into the sunset in your white picket fence and your little farmhouse, and just be happy and live that way. And that's a nice dream. That's a nice vision that the media and our ancestors, our family of the past have created for us. But that's really not the reality that we live in. Okay, we can see, everybody knows that it's hard to get a job out of college. Not everybody who has a degree is going to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. We have more people living at home in their parents' basement as college graduates, more now than ever in the history of the country. Right? I lived in my parents' basement. I was in that category, right? I know how it feels to not be able to make enough money to get by. I know how it feels to be at rock bottom. And I know that when I was at that rock bottom point, I had my dreams and my visions. But at some point, I had to make a decision. Was I going to follow my dreams and do what not many other people are willing to do? Or was I going to stick with the 9 to 5 world, stay in corporate America, and continue working a job that I didn't love? I had a decision to make. And it's obvious, I'm here in front of you today, what decision I made. I made that decision because I have a bigger vision for my life, right? And I have a bigger vision for how I can help other people in their lives. And that's what moves me forward, okay? You know, we all have dreams and goals and things we want to do, right? We want to be able to travel. I'd like to go travel and see, all the different ancient sites all over the world. I'm huge into pyramids. Um, I would love to go check out those ancient cultures and just to be immersed in that. And I know there's so many other people around the world that would love to travel and see that stuff too, right? We have passions that we speak all the time. We talk to our friends, our family, our coworkers, our relatives about things that we're passionate about. I'm passionate about electricity, Nikola Tesla, Earthships. I talk to people about these things all the time. These are things where I spend my time. And these are reasons why I do what I do. There's a lot of people out there that like to be givers, right? We like to give back to society. That's another great vision that you could have for your life as well. Is how can you help give back to the people that have helped you get where you are, right? How can you give back to the whole of society? I think that's one of the really most amazing things about people is the ability and the compassion that we have for others, right? And that's something that I want to do, and that's maybe something that you want to pursue as your vision as well. You know, some people like to go on mission trips. Some people are very religious. I'm not necessarily a highly religious person. I don't attend, organized church on Sunday, but I am a spiritual person. And through that, through being religious, being spiritual, giving back through going on missions is a great way to align your vision, right? We all want more things when we're younger, right? We want to have, the fast cars. We want to buy the new TVs. We want to have the new this, new that. We want to have these possessions. But in my experience, as you get older, we start becoming kind of minimalist, right? We realize that we don't really need all this stuff, right? So we can concentrate our financial resources in a place that actually matters, right? We can align our vision with our finances with our vision instead of spending a whole bunch of money on frivolous crap that we really don't need in the first place, right? A lot of us, we want to have more money than bills. That's the ultimate idea, right? We want to have more coming in than we got going out. That's a vision, right? That is a set path that you can put yourself on. Okay, that's something that you can put in your mind. Like I said, these things don't have to be huge. These visions for the way you want your life to be do not have to be massive and major, right? We all have ideas and dreams. It's just putting those things into action. It's actually getting motivated and making a decision to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow my dream. I'm going to make use of this idea. I'm going to build a vision for my life. It's just a decision that we make. So, my recommendation is to create a vision for your life, to create something in your mind that you can start building. You can actually piece it out, create a picture in your mind, in your imagination of what your world will be like, right? A lot of people, in my experience, they like to think about what kind of home they're going to have, when they have their life and their vision. So I like to try to run them through the exercise of building that home in their mind. So like think about what it looks like when you pull up in the driveway at your dream home. What does it smell like when you open the door? Does it smell like fresh cut grass? Does it smell like pine trees? Does it smell like flowers in the front yard? As you walk up the cobblestone sidewalk to the wood oaken deck, what do you see? Do you see a nice welcome mat on the front? What does the doorknob look like? What does it feel like when you touch your hand to the doorknob? How tall is the door? When you open the door, what's the first thing that you see when you walk inside? This is how to create a vision. You want to be able to create a virtual reality for yourself that you can step into whenever you want. That way you can have something to hold on to when life gets you down, when it looks like you're off track, when you're not in a good place. Okay? You can center yourself on your vision of what you want your life to be like, and you can let that pull you through. Okay. Some of the most important things that you can do in a vision like this is to create sensory awareness. Okay, what does it smell like? What happens? What does it feel like when you touch things? What kind of emotions come up in you when you think about this life? Maybe when you open the door to your home, your children with big, huge smiles on their faces come running home, come running to you. They're so excited that you're home, and the emotions that you feel there. You feel the joy and the love from your family, right? It's good to attach these emotions, these senses to your vision, right? This is really cool. I definitely recommend that you try it. Okay, just do me a favor and just try it. If you've never tried it before, try it. I think it's going to have really profound effects on the way that your brain thinks. Right? It's quite crazy. It works on the subconscious level. It's nutty. Just try it. Okay. So, in closing, I really just want to leave you with this. All right. So, individually, as humans, okay, we have control over our own little bubble. Right? We have our own little circle. We're in control of what happens in there, and I think a lot of times. Uh, we have ideas or dreams or visions about changing the larger bubble, like the society bubble or the world bubble. We have these big ideas, these big dreams, and we kind of set them aside because we feel that they're too big. All right. Let me ask you this. What would happen if you got millions and millions and millions of people all following the same vision, the same dream, working in a spirit of harmony towards a common goal? What would that be like? I think it'd be pretty crazy. Let's say you had 300 million people all moving towards the same goal in the same direction, right? What if we had all the people in the United States of America set aside their differences, whether you're blue or green or red, whether you're a donkey or an elephant or an independent or whatever you are, if you could just set down your differences and work toward the goal of freedom, the vision of freedom for everybody, what would the world be like? It's interesting to think about that because I believe that we don't have freedom right now, at least not fully, and I believe that a lot of people are giving up. I've thought about giving up too. Like sometimes you just think about the political world, the social world that we live in, it seems so huge that we can't really make a difference. But when I come back to my vision, I realize that I need to stick with it because it's powerful enough to change the world. And your vision is too. Whether you believe it or not, your vision is powerful enough to change the world. So guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. It's been fun talking to you guys about vision and my experience at the conference in October, and I hope that you found something valuable here today. I hope that this resonates with you in some way or another. Um, so yeah, if you like this, go ahead and just give me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. I want these videos to be kind of like a two-way conversation, right? I know we can't speak video to video. I can't talk to all thousands of you all at the same time, right? But I can respond to your comments. I can reply to your emails, and I can connect with you here on YouTube and on my other social media. So please reach out to me. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe whether they're good or bad, that's cool. Just let me know. Put something down there. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for spending your time with me here today, and I hope that I have convinced you at least to think about putting a vision in place in your life. Guys, have a wonderful day. I'm going to talk to you later. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.